Hi, these comments are for UL. This is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com. I'm listening to a speaking practice test you sent me yesterday. You're one of my TOEFL speaking boot camp course students. Whoa. And I'm listening to a practice test here. Let's see what the actual topic is. So you said in the email, Michael, here is the independent speaking practice test. Please listen to evaluate score and provide feedback. Some people enjoy living in a location that has a warm climate all year. Other people like to live in a place where the seasons change. What type of climate do you prefer and why? Use specific reasons and examples to support your opinion. This is the idea. Okay, so I have the TOEFL speaking rubrics right here. And maybe it's better when I listen to it here. I can kind of have them. I'll have your practice test on one side. I'm going to have your speaking rubrics on the other. Okay, let's see how you did on this one.
If I had to choose, I would love to live in a place that is warm all year rather than having seasonal changes for two reasons. First, a warm climate is an ideal condition for plants to flourish. I remember back in 2020, Texas had such a rare snowy winter that all the cabbage and turnips in my backyard garden died after 2 days.
Cabbages and turnips. I
However,
like I
as the
like the
sunny
use
season
of the concrete detail there to support your idea. So very
began,
strong.
all my plants started growing more and more healthily. Secondly, living in warm weather prevents me from being sick. I'm pretty sensitive about seasonal changes, so during the rainy season in Texas, I easily catch a cold and my nose is always runny, which is so uncomfortable and tiring.
Okay. So I think that you did a really good job. It says generally well developed and coherent. There's definitely a good connection of ideas from your first to your second reasons. My only suggestion might be in the beginning when you do your introduction, instead of saying for two reasons, you can maybe briefly state what the two reasons are to give your response a little bit better, less predictable organization there. Okay, let's listen to it one more time and I'll give you a score. My first impression is I'm going to say probably between 25 and 27 points.
If I
Let's
had to
listen.
choose, I would love to live in a place that is warm all year
So if I had to choose, I would. So you have your grammar right. You're talking about a present and possible
rather than
situation.
having seasonal changes for two reasons. First, a warm climate is an ideal condition for plants to flourish. I remember back in
Yeah, I like your
2020,
use of the word flourish, by the way.
Texas had such a rare snowy winter that all the cabbage and turnips in my backyard garden died after 2 days. However, as the sunny season began, all my plants started growing more and more healthily. Secondly, living in warm weather prevents me from being sick. I'm
Okay.
pretty sensitive about seasonal changes, so during the rainy season in Texas, I easily catch a cold and my nose is always runny, which is so uncomfortable and tiring.
Good. So you gave your reasons there. So I like it. I think maybe you could say you could probably vary your tone a little bit more, but overall, I think that your speech is clear, which is a requirement for four. Your response demonstrates effective use of grammar and vocabulary. You could probably, high degree of automaticity, good control of basic and complex structures. You could probably do a little bit better here, use a little bit more advanced vocabulary sometimes in there, longer sentences with more advanced grammar. But I didn't notice any major problems in there, and your response is well developed and organized. So I'm going to go by my original score. I'm going to put you at 25 to 27 points on this practice test. I think it's entirely possible you could get 26 on this practice test.